Okay, hello, good evening. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is a Sunday. We are blessed to have this opportunity to just discuss what happened over the weekend. And before I continue, allow me to take this opportunity to invite all our viewers and subscribers. You can engage us at the comment section. I've also shared the link. If you want to also give your opinion, you can just click the link and it will direct you to the studio. Feel free, and this is Brother Benson Media. Here we say that your opinion counts. Before I continue, allow me to invite Miguda to say hi.
Hello everyone, hello to our viewers. This is Brother Benson Media and Media will say your opinion counts and always feel welcome all the time.
Okay, thank you. I can see Judith at the comment section. Thank you so much, Judith, for joining. And kindly engage us at the comment section. If you have any question or anything to just, say, you can just communicate. You can also join the link so that we hear from you. Yeah, so today I want us to just discuss what happened today. There was today there was a game between Harambee Stars and Gabon, and we saw so many things happen today in that particular field that was happening at Nyayo Stadium. Something else that we also saw is that it was a Sunday, so politicians were going to several churches to just interact with the people and also maybe to speak to the people. Yeah, so part of that is what we want to discuss tonight. The first that we'll start with, of course, is the SCK led by the Archbishop Ole Sapit. Last Sunday, he pronounced himself that political class would not be allowed to just, talk to the people within the church. And he has maintained that. We've seen that today they were in Nyeri, and the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, also Martha Karua was also there, among other political leaders, but they were denied the opportunity to just speak to the people. And that is something we've never seen. It could be that he's following the directive that he gave. Of course, that did not go well with the political class. And maybe to start with, Migura, what is your take on the consistent stand by the SEK? And also, if you can remember, there was a statement by the NCCK. They're saying that they'll not allow the political class in all the churches across the country. What is your take first on the comment by the NCCK and also the move by the SEK Church led by Bishop Ole Sapit? And also, how is this going to affect the interaction between the political class and the church members? They've always seen churches as a place where they interact with the people of Kenya. What is your take on that? Before you come in, I can also see Eric at the comment section. Thank you so much, Eric. You can also click the link and join. You give us your opinion. You can also see Brenda Obedi. Thank you so much, Brenda, for joining. Mr. Miguda.
The issue of politics in church, it has been an issue and people have raised concerns. And it's very good now that some of the religious leaders have come out openly and they have denied the political class to have audience with their congregants. It's a good move and it's like they are doing following up. Like the other day, they were in Nairobi, they were denied. Then today in Yale, they were also denied. It's a good follow up because it reflects the expectation of the society, because the current society we have, which is composed by the majority of them being the millennials and the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, the anticipation is to ensure that there should be no politicking in charge. And we should also go down narrow to the funerals and also markets. You can have your rallies where you can engage your supporters or your audience. But people say that it was never impossible, that no one was going to kick out politicians out of the pulpit. You can see it's a progress thing, and now they are adapting with the societal expectation, particularly the future of this country, which is the young people. That's a good move. But I want to reiterate that the religious leader should maintain the pace. They should not be bad that it is only for the few politicians who they perceived to be their opponents, because also our religious leaders have taken sides. There are those who are pro-status quo and those who are anti-status quo. Therefore, those people who are pro-status quo or anti-status quo should be given equal measures when it comes to addressing the congregants in churches, particularly the churches, or when they are in the mosque. But let us not see a behavior whereby we'll see also other politicians are given opportunity to speak because they are allies to some religious leaders. That one we are still going to oppose, in my view. Therefore, I think now we are setting a very good pace for the younger people and for the country. That if you have the opportunity to go and worship, just worship and don't need to address the people. Or if you must address the people, there's need of addressing or articulating government policies to the church. That is what I can say about the current religious leaders, the ACK, and also other people like we talked about Bishop NCCK. If all other religious leaders can follow the suite, whereby all of them can ensure that there is no person given opportunity to address people at the pulpit. Addressing is not bad, but politics, whereby you attack the opponent live in front of the congregants and you bring the issues like unemployment or like medical issues like education, infrastructure, and in the church, that is not what is the purpose for the church. Because you have some we have avenues and we have also institutions whereby you can articulate those policies or you can as well oppose or defend. You can use parliament, you can use the cabinet meeting, you can sometimes you can use even during the rally, political rallies, or we have some national celebrations and holidays. You can use it to inform the people. We have the press, we have the mainstream media, social media, we then have the newspapers, magazines. You can as well use those platforms to ensure that you brief the people and you make them aware of what is going on in the government. But the issue of taking advantage of our religious centers, we are opposed to it. Not only me, but most of the people of Kenya are opposed to it. What I want to say before I delve into the issue of churches and the people. Today we had a match between Harambee Stars and the Gabon, and we have conceded 2-1. That is football. And asikubali kushindwa si mshindani. That's how politics also work. Next time we are optimistic that CHS, we will have a clean day when we meet CHS. Back to Makubura.
Okay, thank you. We'll come to that issue of Rambe Stars. Maybe just again, the president was also in a church today, and he was with some politicians. And I remember the MP of Makadara came up. He spoke and he said that this issue of politicians being denied the opportunity to address the people is not a good thing. According to him, he said that at the time he went to a church, he was well dressed and he was not given a chance to speak to the congregants. The president also said that anajaribu is trying to just shame wale watu wana siji shetani, according to him, and he's saying that he's going to continue building the churches just like he's doing He's currently building the state house according to him, and his agenda of building houses, the same way he's saying that he's going to continue building churches. What does this, speak to us as a people? Remember, he is the president, and there's a good number of people who are not finding this well. And at the same time, remember, sometimes back, he came out and pronounced himself that he would not, any politician should not be allowed or should not even go to the Harambes. What has changed? And when this president come out and says that he will continue, and remember the NCCK and also the religious leaders, some of them like the Catholic, the ACK, they've come out, to just pronounce themselves that they're not going to entertain, politics in the altar, and also, this kind of Harambes. How does that really change the conversation and everything?
Politics got so many dynamics. We understand right now we are going to the election whereby we are going to discuss the issue of tribalism and unity, whereby some opponents have been tagged as the tribalist, others have been tagged as the people who are for the national unity of the country. That's the nature of the politics and very dynamic, and we are not objecting to it. And because of the nature of the dynamics of the politics, it is also not out of order when the certain EP say that they are being denied the opportunity to speak. It's like now it's creating fiction between the political class and the religious leader. Now it's whereby the people discuss about the issue between politicians and religious leader, the politics and the religion. That's now another debate which is going on in the country. Those are the way they usually set their agendas. Maybe people to follow, but we are what I wanted to say that according to what Mr. President is doing, Mr. President has proved that he is adamant, he is not relenting anytime soon, and he has accepted critics, he has obliged to anything coming from the people, but the decision lies within him. He will move on as he wish, he will move on as he wants. He doesn't care whatever you're saying, there are liberty to critique or to speak, but whatever he will do is up to him. He's like he is behaving like others, but he's make his own decision. That is one of the 40 rules of power. You can behave like others, but when it comes to decision making, you use your brain to make a decision. He's trying to prove to people that he's having a brain and he's not going to be intimidated by critics, threats, whatever that be, because he has remained adamant. He's not listening to the people. And in Swahili, we say that sikio la kufa alisikida, maybe it's in that state whereby he's not ready to listen, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to adjust. As Kenyans, we have said that we are all responsible. Not that there are sexual people who are responsible to take care of this country or to critique. Each and every person has a duty or has a right to critique and also to ensure that he advocate for overhauling of the whole system that the cynically transform. That has been our mission as Kenya. We have said that Kenya has been liberated. Kenya has gotten independence. Kenya has got the new constitution. What is it that we lack? We don't need more liberations. We have had past liberations, second liberation, and they say now we're going for third liberation, which is economical liberation. But I disagree with them because I believe that if matter of liberation, we are liberated. It's a matter of independence. We are sovereign state. We are independent. We enjoy the territorial integrity. We enjoy our political independence. If a matter of constitution, we have our own constitution, 2010, whereas some countries don't even have. It means now we need just to transform the system and establish a system that works effectively for every person. It doesn't matter whether who is going to be the president or is the president, provided the system works for all of us. We don't care. Actually, we don't even care about the single election. We don't care about this push and pull between the people and politicians, between politicians and just will come to an end. I think that's where we should focus and we should put more of our strength as a people of this country and we ensure that we move forward as a people because at the end of the day, we are all responsible and this country belongs to all of us. Even those people who are in government, they are also Kenyans. But those people who are police officers, they are also Kenyans. So we need to set a system that works effectively for each and everyone. Those who are civil servants, those who are in formal sectors, foreign sectors, corporate, wherever you are. The thing can work fairly for you. We will not care who is going to be the president or who is going to rule up to what time.
Okay, thank you, Miguda. I'm still coming back to this issue of church, but I can also see a comment from Katana Katoi. Katana, I don't think it is okay, you're right, to generalize, because that would amount to being tribal. And those are some of the things that you're trying to preach against. So I think it's not right to generalize, like, because such kind of comments will, we have people from different places. So when they see such kind of comments, it will trigger a lot of emotions, and that would actually get us out of what we are talking about. Yeah. So, Mr. Miguda, the former deputy president was in Nyeri, and Martha Karua was also there. Of course, they were not given an opportunity to, speak to the people, and that, of course, did not go well. But again, there were goons who were actually masquerading around that church. And from what we are seeing, their mission, of course, was to stop the former deputy president from addressing the people. I'm not so sure what happened, but we didn't see him address the people. We just realized that he had left the church. So my question to you is, the issue of goonism, we are seeing it playing in both sides, and the political class are trying to use the goons to just silence other, people who are having a different opinion. What is your take on, how these goons and, politicians trying to block other politicians from just addressing others by use of, paying some youths to just disrupt everything? As a country, how are we going to get out of this? Because this is part of what is really not making us progress as a country. Because remember, the constitution gives us a leeway, a freedom to give our speech, and to speak. How are we going to deal with the goonism? And this kind of goonism, it has really done so many negative things. Remember when the president was moving throughout Nairobi, there were goons who were actually masquerading, and they were mishandling people, taking their properties, breaking their cars, breaking into shops. How are we going to address this issue of goonism?
Just like I've said, all of us are responsible when it comes to the issue of taking care of the political temperature, wherever we are. And we have been saying that people, everyone has a right to assemble. The way you have the right to assemble, the way any other Kenyan has a right to assemble. There's no right to assemble that supersedes other person's right to assemble. All of us can assemble wherever we want and whoever we want to assemble with. So whenever we assemble, we should be given time and also we should be dealing with the police to ensure that there is maintenance of law. And even the people who have come as goons should be identified and they should be allowed to do their job. But that's not enough. I usually say that you don't need to go to those rallies or you're going to assemble where your opponent is. most of the people like to go where their opponents are, or they like to assemble where there is tension. If you must assemble, you can have your day. You can allow your opponent to finish with the audience because the same audience. You can come here sometimes and also you address the same audience. Because at the end of the day, when people love you or people have made a decision to vote for you, they will do it irrespective of whether you come to address them or not. People know what's wrong and what is right. This issue of hijacking crowd or hijacking rallies should come to an end. And it's not only nationally, even in our county levels, particularly some counties. I don't want to mention counties because you understand. People are coming from different counties, they say, why are you too much on us? I'm not too much on anybody, but there are some counties whereby they are always interrupting with the whatever is going on because they ensure that the goods penetrate and the goods have their way, and there must be some tension in rally, whether it's a football tournament, whether it is the burial, or whether it's when someone is going to launch maybe soccer. You can find some people are being they come and they ensure that they disrupt what the opponent is doing. And there are some cases that just last week we saw somebody disrupt someone's rally and someone also almost got killed. This is why we allow people to freely assemble and also freely address the people. It is good because it's good to have peace. When we have peace after the rally or after the assembly, there are things that we are going to take care of. We are going to take care of lives because we are not going to lose any life. Also, we're going to take care of the properties of the people because you have cited the issue of the previously when someone was moving across the Nairobi. Some shops were broken, some people were being bribed on the highway, and some people were beaten, or some people lost their lives. These are things that you can avoid when you have a peaceful assembly. That's why it's very unequivocal in the constitution that peaceful assembly and unarmed, that is guaranteed. You have to assemble peacefully and make sure that you are unarmed, and so that after every rally, that we ensure that there is no life that is lost, there's no property that is lost, and also people live freely, peacefully, and we announce unity and peaceful among the Kenyans. It's just about competition. There's nothing wrong by competing against each other. Again, you understand that during the issue of you also talked about the leaders who went there, why were they there? I can also look at it that some people might go there to seek sympathy. They look for that sympathy card that never attend that rally with tension, or that assembly which is tension, and I can get sympathy from the public that I was harassed, my cars were broken, and even my some of my PAs or my securities were injured. I lost my phone. I broke my arm. And now people might sympathize with you. Even today, during the Arambe Stars game versus Gabon, there's a certain politician who has been harassed. He has been beaten out of the stadium, and currently is somehow nursing the injuries because, in my view, the politician was not strategic. We understand what has been going on in the country. People have taken stand, but have taken sides. And the people who are opposed to the status quo, and you are opposed to the status quo, and you know one of the beneficiaries of the status quo is a leader of the Gor Mahia fans, and you are going where Gor Mahia fans are and expecting that you are going to get it easy. It was not possible. So you have also to be strategic as a politician, but most importantly, some of them have learned the game. They got there to seek sympathy, and also some of them try to go there so that the state can apply the criminal justice system to chase them. Then they will go to the people and win the hearts of the people. It has worked. The sympathy card worked for Ruto, and is currently the president. So it's something not new. It is surely working for the people. And my advice I could just give to the people that if you know you have an opponent, if you want to go to where the stronghold of the opponent is, you must be very careful. And always don't go where your opponent is present, that stronghold. Look at the time when he's missing in action, then you can just peep in and deliver your message and go back. But if you try to confront the fans. You understand fans? Fans, they will react with you in accordance. And that's what has happened.
Okay, thank you. We'll get to the football story or news. Let's have a look at what happened again in Meru. The former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was in Meru, and he spoke, and it seems he was speaking to the political class. He's saying that the political class is not listening to the ground, and that according to him, more of the problems that the people are going through, according to him, the leaders are not listening. Of course, he's trying to remind them that they should listen to the people. And again, he asked the people to also pray for the political class or the leaders so that they don't forget their role. This is, the first time we're seeing the former president coming out to speak, of course. He said that he spoke something about the leadership, that walikuwa wanafikiria kuongoza ni kitu rahisi, lakini si rahisi. Ameanza kuwaona kwa TV. What is your take on the comments of the former president Uhuru Kenyatta in regards to the leadership, the current leadership, and the handshake and everything that is going on in the country?
I can take the message of the former president seriously because currently he is the living former president we have as a country. The other three are all dead. So he's the one who is the current living, and he has been in that state house or whatever in power for 10 years. You understand? And he was the first person to operate with the 2010 constitution. You understand very well the structure of the government, the evolution, understand how people are feeling. Someone who has been in office for 10 years with the current constitution, and he knows as someone who has experience. So he was speaking like someone who is experienced, an expert in the job, and he was trying to guide the current leadership of the country, which is the right thing to do. We need his guidance. We need his guidance as someone who has been in the trenches before, and it is up to the current leadership to listen to. Yeah, he knows why he was talking about listening to the people because he is a victim. He failed to listen to the people in 2022 election, and that's how his candidate never won, or whatever the game was, but the candidate was never declared a win. And he also understands the importance of peace because you understand he brought former prime minister when they shook hands, the famous handshake, and that has also enabled him to understand the importance of the peace of the country and the importance of living together. So he was just reiterating that even though you people have come together for the sake of the country, but remember the people, remember the economy, remember that we are not tribal, remember inclusivity. That's a good thing from former head of state because instead of coming to divide Kenyans or bring tension in the already formed broad-based government, is trying to strengthen the issue of unity, the issue of peace. At the same time, we should consider the people, look at the people. But I believe that he was considering the people economic wise, the economic rights of the people. He has been there, so he understands everything. He understands more of the things because he has been there for 10 years. And currently, Kasonga has been there for like maybe 3 years. So Uhuru Kenyatta is still experienced person. It's like currently, if those people, our brothers who are millennials, they usually advise us how the marriage is, how the marriage sometimes doesn't work for them, how marriage is calm, whatever. So it depends on them. We have not reached there. So at least when we will be there, we know we handle things. That's good. So it's trying to tell people that already you are here. We should do this and we should do this. That one I think is good for the country. And also he has been missing in action. He's the former head of state. We need to see him around and also we need to feel him that this is our former head of state. That could my submission Makudu.
Okay, thank you. Maybe before we get to what happened in Nyayo Stadium, Judith has reminded me of the politics of Meru, and I just wanted to hear from you slightly. Judith is saying Meru governor was impeached, his deputy replaced her. The new governor has nominated DG, who is female, just to cover the. Okay. I see. Yeah. So my question to you, of course, I was forgetting about this, and then we'll get to the football. Meru governor was finally sent home, and I don't know that you watched an interview by the former governor of Meru, Kiraitu Murungi. He admitted that him and the political class of Meru County, they came up with a way of, just getting Kawira Mangaza out of power. And he said that they managed. According to him, he was saying that the former governor or the impeached governor has been speaking about development which are not really happening. And again, Kiraitu was saying that whenever Kawira Mangaza went to meet the people, he would speak negatively about, these big politicians. And so, according to him, they managed to get him out. And again, there were so many questions raised on, whether the Meru leaders respected the leadership of a woman. He's saying that they have no problem with that. But if you hear the side of Kawira Mangaza, the former governor, is saying that she was gotten out of that place because of, these men politicians. They didn't like or recognize the fact that a woman would lead or would, run the governorship. What is your take on, what happened in Meru? We are being told that Kawira is gone to court again to just, appeal after he was impeached. What is your take on that? And, actually, the deputy president nominated a woman, another lady, as a deputy governor. And we're being told that this was a former running mate to Mythical Inturi. And, she did this according to the comments of my sister here, Judith, just to cover up and show that the women are respected in that county. What is your take on that?
The issue of impeachment, we need to discuss it in a broader perspective because it's raising some fundamental questions with the structure of our constitution. It's very clear the grounds to impeach a person, and even currently we are in the court, want to find out some grounds that were never clear why the current former deputy president was impeached. Because in some that there should be gross violation, there should be gross misconduct, and there also should be gross violation of the constitution. At the same time, it should also be a serious belief that you have committed maybe international crimes or crimes that contravene the Bill of Rights and Article 3. But you understand right now that if you are opposed to the status quo, they're just discussing your impeachment on which basis. Because you can't tell me that now, out of these 47 governors, Kawira Mangaza is the only governor who is incompetent. That is one. Even in terms of ranking, he was not ranked the last count. I think the first time I did my podcast with Dr. Benson, my first time in this channel, where we discussed about the issue of Kawira Mangaza. And at that time, she was ranked one of the best governors alongside Clarice Wanga. If you go to our first podcast, Makubura, the first podcast, and you will find that Kawira Mangaza was a darling to the entire country. What has happened all of a sudden now? She has been impeached. Those are the things that we should review. We should go to court and the court should give us directions that which grounds we need somebody. The previous time there was a governor who was not cooperating with this political party. The governor of Migori, Kotobado, he was not cooperating with the ODM party. Then there was an impeachment motion being processed somewhere for him. It never said through. Currently, they are trying to discuss the impeachment of Governor General Tembeya because Governor General Tembeya has decided to remain and speak in the opposition. That's why I still believe that this question of impeaching a governor, next time they will just impeach you or impeach any other person. And even if you are working, they will not consider. And that's why we make most of the governors. If you must be a governor, you must make sure that all the MCAs are allied to you. And you must make sure that you go to the county assembly with MP that are allied to you. Because anytime you are not consistent with the orders from the above, they will initiate an impeachment from you. That is not the way to impeach a person. There should be a clear procedure which is outlined in the Constitution, whether certain person has committed such offense for him or for her to be impeached. And we have also had this issue. I don't want to delve into deep about the issue of Meru people because the Meru people know better than us. The resident understand better than us because there's this issue of female chauvinism and right now the issue of current governor nominating a woman to be the deputy governor. And you understand all those circles. That is why I will not delve into it. But I just want to consider the issue of impeachment, whereby we should reconsider that for we to impeach a person, has this person committed offense A, offense B, offense C, or he or she is being impeached on the ground that is not consistent with the orders from the above, or he has refused to cooperate to do shady deals within the county. Because if you are adamant, like what happened in the previous regime, Governor Gabon, he was adamant, never wanted to cooperate types of employment because there are some people who believe that if you're a governor, you must offer me employment to my relatives. And if you refuse, I discuss your impeachment. That's why I still doubt at all if there have been genuine impeachments in this country, and we should consider that one. And that one will now give people alert, most of the people in this country, that which become a governor, you must make sure that you are going to have all the elected MCs implemented. What I like is that in case of anything, they will defend you. And also the issue of someone who was elected by the entire resident in the county, people elected or elected her. But there are some few people discussing his impeachment, or some section of people. You are turning the popular will of the people. Those are the fundamental issues I was speaking about when I was starting my point that we should reconsider some fundamental issues with our laws. That is it possible for someone who was overwhelmed, elected by majority, to be removed in the office by some few people, or some 2 people, or 7 people, overturning the popular will of the people? Those are the things that we should consider. And when they want to discuss how to turn the popular will of the master, they will tell you, wait until 2027. In fact, don't discuss about the issue of presidency. Ngoja mpaka 27. But the issue of governors, they are doing it before 2027, as if governors were never elected, as if governors were appointed. The same way you want to restrict the discussion of the thoughts of the people about discussing the 2027 election, that a president can only be removed by ballot. That's the same way you want to narrow that discussion down to the county level, the devolved government that even if you must discuss the issue of the government, wait until the next election. It's not only exclusive for the president that you must wait. Kasonga malize miaka yake 5 kwanza ndio kuje. Kawira Mwangaza pia anafaa kumaliza miaka zake 5 ndio mkuje. That's how it should be. Let us not select this thing. That is, it is only good for the president, but not good for the government. The same offenses which they accuse this governor of, the same offenses the president have also been committed. If at all the people are committing offenses, they're the same page. So if we must discuss the impeachment of the governors, let us also discuss the impeachment of the president.
Okay, thank you. And now we'll get to football. I can see several comments from viewers speaking about politics. Yeah, first, maybe it is right to note or to say that the outcome of that game, Wakenya walichapwa na Gabon 2-1. And maybe Migode, you'll say something about that. I hope you watched the game. Maybe just tell us what you saw. How was the game? And a quick analysis on who scored. And maybe something you saw that was not done by Kenyan team or the Harambee or the Gabon team before we get into the politics that played around it.
Actually, we were doing good as Harambee stars until the so-called politicians came to the field. That is now with emotions and also people started misbehaving. If they could have keep up, of course, Ferdinand is right to watch, but if they could have keep up, we could have won that game. Because it started a very nice slogan. Ruto must go. Everybody was chanting, Ruto must go, Ruto must go. And now they have to come and say, because we said that if we score one goal, we are going to celebrate, Ruto must go. Second goal, Ruto must go. So it will depend how many goals you are going to score. But anyway, that was the politics of the day. But the issue of the football, I want to say that from my own experience as a young person, and also a football fan of the Premier League, and also at the international games, football is not an ordinary game. Football has never been an ordinary game. And also, if you're a young person, try to play football. Try to play football and identify your talent. Because if you play football very well, it can take you places. And even if you score, there's a certain person in West Africa, Nigeria, by the name Stanley Okori. He used to have some playlist. And once he said that if you score one goal, it's 1 million. 2 goal, 2 million. 30 goal, 30 million. And you can come from Madari United to Manchester United. You can come from FC Leopard to Aston Villa. That's why I believe that it's never an ordinary game. It's a game of money, and people should train the young people. Those people are seeing the practice of playing it. It is also part of the connected employment. And we also saw our striker, Olonga, gave us 2 goals, but one was denied based on the rules of the game. So we lost 2-1 against Gabon. And also the fans of the Arsenal fans, like my good friend, Unit Karuta. Abamayang was a former player. So he came to do us things in our country. We shall never forget that one. I think Marco, that is how football was. The ball, the football in the pitch, but I don't know if you can proceed about the politics.
Okay, I'll play a clip here of what happened in the field of politics, and then you'll give us your take. I'm trying to find that clip. Okay, yeah, so there's so many things which happened over there. And this is part of what happened.
Hiyo ni zaile ngabao ama tume hiyo Kenya hiyo Kenya hiyo ni zaile tumefunga bao ama tume Kenya hiyo Harambee Harambee
Yes, Mr. Mugura, I think you've watched that. That was a charged crowd at Nyayo Stadium, and they were saying that Ruto has to go. And of course, the question that people are also asking is, he has to go where? And what really led to the Ruto must go? The chants from the people. Maybe take us through what happened today at Nyayo Stadium.
Nyayo was good. Nyayo was good until politicians arrived. We also had that there was issue with the parking. You understand the presidential entrance and the presidential parking was occupied by the cars of the fans, and they have to take some time before they remove their cars from the parking because Mr. President is moving the whole motorcade and need a very spacious parking space, and also the entrance must be reserved. So people were many, people came out in large numbers, and even there were some gates which was broken. Actually, people were in mood that we are going to win against Gabon. People were very happy. The mood was telling it all. Until now, the politicians arrived, and I don't know how they confuse the mood, and now people concentrate with politicians other than football. And that's why I believe that home support we had from yesterday fade once politicians came into the pitch. But we are very anticipating that we are going to win against Gabon. And also you understand that what we just talked about, there are some politicians who have been opposed to status quo, and the people who are present. I saw Mr. President, I saw former Prime Minister. There were those who are opposed to broad-based government. They are also at liberty to come because they are Kenyans. But you understand, some of them were forced outside of the pitch. Some were beaten because of their stand. That can tell you our politics is deep. Our politics is deep than what we are seeing as people. It is beyond what we are discussing on social media. It is beyond what we are discussing on mainstream media. It is beyond what people are seeing. That's why some people who are just allied to Raila Odinga could not allow you to access to where funds are because of your strong farm against the broad-based government. But as the people, we are condemning that act that any Kenyan has a right to his or her opinion, and no Kenyan's opinion supersedes anyone's opinion. Anybody can speak, anybody can critique, anybody can not everybody can support Ruto. We have to agree. Not everybody must vote for Ruto. Everybody can't be in broad-based government. If that's the case, even us we could be PS today. But because all of us can't be in that PS, that's why they're restricted to a certain number. That so no, don't force people that everybody must support your candidate. Everybody must support Ruto. Everybody must support Baba. No, you can decide even not to support any of them. You decide not to vote. You can even remain at home. You are at liberty. But this shows that you are being compelled that you must agree with our position. If you tend, or if you imagine, if you think otherwise, that is treason. Hey, we are beyond those dark days. We are a liberated nation, and we are a free people. We were freed many times. Even Jesus Christ of Nazareth freed us, freed everybody, freed the humanity when he was on the cross. He freed us. We are no longer in those eras, dark ages. And that is why this issue of treasonizing politics, that if you cannot board, you are either with us, and if you are against us, you can't enjoy even your freedom of movement. And the freedom of movement is a fundamental right. You consider that each and every Kenyan has a right to move freely. Like I can go and watch football. So I can't move because of my political stand. That is like we are a banana republic. That should not happen in Kenya. Whether I agree with you or disagree with you, it is not a big deal. I have to enjoy my fundamental freedoms and my basic rights, just like you are enjoying your basic rights and fundamental freedoms. That is why Makubura, as a Kenyan citizen, as a young patriot, I'm condemning that act. We should not tolerate violence. The politics of violence, we are beyond politics of violence. The politics of violence was practiced a long time ago, the 97 politics. We are in 2027 with the current constitution, and we are people who have many reforms. Even when someone has lost election, they can come together and form what we call handshake, what we call progress government. Why must we keep on fighting against each other as Kenyans because of politics? We should stop it, and those youths should stop it because they are not on war. People can react, and for react, it can be very ugly. We don't want to see that things because currently you can believe that you are in Nairobi, but punishing those saying peace far from home. But one day you can find yourself at home and you will not like it. I think we should just tolerate the policy of tolerance. Just tolerate your fellow colleague or your fellow opponent. And we are Kenyans. Tomorrow we'll just shake hands as Kenyans.
Okay, thank you. To our viewers, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you're new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe to the channel, because if you do so, it is a way of supporting us, and we will really appreciate. Can see comments coming from our viewers, and yeah, I'll Miguda, Member of Parliament Peter Salasya. We saw him being carried and chased away, being beaten. I don't know if you watched what happened over there. My question to you would be, was he beaten because of the political stance that he has always had? For example, we've seen him having a serious stand whereby he keeps on, saying that the move by Raila Amolo Odinga to join the government was not a good move, and that is betrayal according to his statements. And again, we've also seen him coming out to just speak against this government. Could that is that the reason why he was being beaten? Did his stand maybe make hungered is the supporters of Raila Amolo Odinga, or these who are goons who are maybe hired to beat him? And was it really necessary? What is your take?
The legislature, actually, the lawmaker there was no goon who was hired to beat the lawmaker. Those are Raila's supporters. Those are Baba's supporters. You have them saying that unatusi Baba, heshimu Baba. Baba supporters are all over. You understand? You are not new in this country. Even currently where you are, you can find Baba supporters around you. Even me, I have a lot of Baba supporters around me, and they understand. We understand each other. And even when you go to those rallies, there's how you don't go deep. You must take some stand. Baba supporters are all over, and they have been following what the lawmaker has been saying. The lawmaker has been against the broad-based government, but the lawmaker has also gone beyond to be personal. And these are things we have been telling people that politics is not about being personal. Politics is about issues. Let's play the issue-based politics, whereby I look at your manifesto, then I respond to you based on your manifestos. I look at the issues, then I respond to you based on your issues, or I question you based on your issues. We question about the issue of unemployment. We question about the issue of better health facilities. We question about the issue of infrastructure. We question about the issue of education. We question about the issue of abduction, such things. Also, a question about the issues of implementing the constitution. Let us not go personal, unless that you want to look at someone, personal life, or maybe family, wives, children, whatever is doing, businesses. Some people are going too far. Even they're going to destroy the business of their fellow opponents. Let us look at the people as the hierarchy. Of course, God comes first, then the people. From the people, look at the law. So let us play our first based on the sovereignty of the people and the supremacy of the law. Then we can discuss other things. But this issue of white personal, it can anger some fans, some fan base. And that's why they have to react to that lawmaker. But the reason why I still insist on condemning the Act Makobura is because you understand, a member of parliament, first, is a state officer, is an honorable member. It is the people who have donated that sovereign power, which I'm talking about. That sovereign power has come from the people of Mumias directly, and they have delegated it to the lawmaker to use it indirectly. That is why even if you go to Parliament building, there are two entrances. There's that public entrance, and there's that entrance for VVIP, very, very important persons. The reason why there's very, very important persons is because we consider them as very important people in the society because the sovereign power has come from the people directly and has given them through election. Remember, they were elected, they were never nominated to exercise it at the national level. And there's no way you can take that person, you treat him the way that guy was treated because of the political opinion or differences in ideologies. It doesn't make sense. That's why I say that let us just play our politics on issue-based politics. Let's not go personal. If we go personal, sometimes it can anger supporters because all of us have supporters. That's why I say even Raila can go to Mumias and youths can riot. There was a time youths can invade the rally. He can plot. He can actually he can plot youths and they can invade. That the people should not play such politics. We still insist on tolerance. That tolerance must be guaranteed to every person. And we are still insisting that there is no person who has the monopoly to enjoy these basic rights and fundamental freedoms that other persons. All of us are equal before the law. When it comes to exercising them, we are all equal. But also should be considered a lawmaker, a state officer who has the power from the people who elected him should not be treated the way that guy was treated. They should consider. But now that one you cannot be understand by the fans. Once they just view you as someone, they will not look at you someone who's opposed to the private government or someone who's opposed to the issues by the government. They will view you as someone who is having grudges with the party leader, Raila Odinga. But that is not the case. You can find that even these two people, they are great friends. They talk over phone call because we understand it's always about interest. But whenever there's a convergence of the interest, they are allies. But whenever there's a divergence of the interest, they part ways. But they are never enemies. And we have said there, it's not about there's no permanent enemy or friend. It's about interest. Therefore, one should also reconsider sometimes. And I agree with what has been happening of the day. There are some people who have said that if you look at the politicians, those people who usually beat people, all the goons, all the people who are usually protecting them around their car, they have done that job for the last 15 years. Some were there in 2013, 2017, 2022, and they are going to do it in 2027. But when it comes to employment, those guys are usually not getting employment. They're just being used during rallies, during settling political wars with their opponents. They are being used to fight their opponents. Same time they're used to guard their vehicles and they are being given some small pennies. But the point is the people who are usually employed are those people they don't attend rallies, they don't even care what's going on there. You receive a phone call from their house, hello, how are you, Makobura? Kuna kazi hapa, apply utapata. But the people who are being used to settle these political scores. They are playing that role from some are playing it from 2007. They are going to play it until 2027, 20 years down the line. No job for you, no investment for you. They just be used as a tool to settle political scores. It's high time our youths also should realize that no politician should use you. Don't allow this politician to use you. Yeah, you have nothing to lose. If you don't go to those rallies, don't allow them to use you to fight your fellow youth because the lawmaker was a youth like you. If you kill your fellow youth or if you destroy the future of their fellow youth, it means now even you will not have a chance to rise to those positions because we need more youths. They have refused to leave the stage. Now, the one we are having, the fews that we are having, they are using the same youth to create enmity between our fellow youth. Our youth should be for our youth, youth for youth, because they have proven to us that they are our enemies. Let us not be our own enemies as youth. Let us embrace tolerance and let us allow people to thrive and let us allow because we can't develop without criticism. There must be criticism. We cannot, all of us, the entire country, those who are registered as voters, vote for William Ruto. Never. It can't happen. Some people must also vote for another candidate. We all of us can't agree that it is Ruto is doing the right thing. Some people also must object because if we do so, it's like we are insane. That we are not developing our democracy. We are not developing our country. Therefore, it's high time we should understand that it's high time politicians we should assist politicians to fight their wars. Let us not get to that level. But that's my input.
Okay, thank you. Maybe before we finish, I'll come back to you in a few. To our viewers, once again, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. If you have something to say, you can just type at the comment section, and that's also a way of engaging us, and it's a way of just speaking. More of what we do here is just to have a conversation that is geared towards changing our country. We're just giving our views. So if you're new to this channel, kindly like and subscribe, and we'll really appreciate. My final question to you is, we are seeing, we've gotten to an extent where, if you can remember, some few days ago, when Raila was in Kisii, and he said that it spoke against the candidature of Matiang'i, and after that we saw a presser by the senior members from that community saying that that was not good. And when you went to social media, there were so many comments that people are starting to look this in a tribal angle. If again you watched what happened to the member of parliament of Mumias and the comments which are there, the whole thing is being looked at in a tribal angle. And when we see politicians and political leaders, starting to view politics in this manner, we've always gotten to a point where we've always seen that the issues, whenever tribalism is, whenever they start coming up with, issues to do with tribe, and then we might get to a point where we cannot even really talk about. We've seen these kind of things sometimes back in 2007, 2008. How are we going to get to a point where when we seek such kind of things, when a politician from one region speaks, he's not speaking on behalf of that community? When, for example, a politician, speaks about something, he doesn't speak, directing these kind of comments to, a specific community. How are we going to get out of this? Because as a country, we need to unite And unity comes by embracing everyone coming from different sides. At one point, are we going to stop, generalizing and, speaking, and not just, instead of addressing a specific individual, you tend to put it, to the whole community? Are we going to do away with such kind of mentality?
It is a work in progress, and it is all over globally. If you look at it in the context of global view, it is all over the democratic nations. That's why I say that it is a work in progress, and we can't just point to say now today we are contented with our democracy and we are contented with our governance. Now we cannot make any further adjustment. There will be amendments. There will be many adjustments. There will be many reforms as we grow. Because it's the reason why I begin by saying it's a work in progress. It usually need to be adaptable with the generation of that time. Like right now, we are projecting the millennial, Gen Z, the Gen Alpha, their time, their world. So we have to project that it can suit their demands and also their way of life. You must allow it to align and reflect the way people live in society, culturally, socially, and even you must project economically. That's why you need to have someone who is deep with the knowledge when it comes to economics, where you want to deal with the issue of the country. And also you have to have someone who's having vast knowledge of the social setup and also the issue of the politics. Because it must be a progressive idea going to the future. You don't need to stagnant and you need to be gradual. Therefore, I still believe that is a work in progress. And there is, but you have also realized that there's a wave of revolution in the country. But there's also a resistant point of view from the current status quo. The status quo, they are resisting this revolution because they know very well once it happens, it's going to sweep all of them from the system and it's going to generate the generational change of leadership. That is why they have no option but to come together. This issue of them coming together is a way of saving the current status quo. That they have to save each other to resist the current wave of revolution so that they can retain that power for sometimes. But if they part ways, the Raila go the other way, Kasson go the other way, the people go the other way, then they will give that space revolution to come in. Then you're going to get the generational change of leadership, and we are going to deal with this system, and we are going to have the new system established for the millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. Then as times go, each and every time generations have their ways, dynamics, things, and they want their world to look like. That's why I still believe that we should just allow that space for everybody to come to play. It does not restrict other people or restrict other tribes that they are a minority, or that people you say that those people they are more of in corporate world, they are more of administrators. Even George Natembeya was an administrator, Gashako was administrator, but they were elected. They were elected by the people. There is no restriction that you are if you're an administrator or if you're in a corporate world, you can never be elected. That is a myth, and I'm not subscribed to that school of thought of myths. Whether you are in a corporate world, whether you're an administrator, whether you're a reserved person, if the people are convinced that you're the right person for the job, if the people are convinced that you can represent them, if the people are convinced that you can oversight or you can legislate, they will elect you. Let us not live in this world whereby they want to sell for you some fear and they purchase. Let us also allow other community to thrive, other people to thrive. Let us not allow only some few people to be dominant for a long time. That is why you need change. At least let us give a test to someone else. We can see if it at all can, but it can't be one person or some few people all the time. They are just doing the same things, the same circles, like these things of handshake. It was there with Moi. Moi died. It was there with Kibaki. Kibaki died. Together with the Uhuru, always tired. Right now it's through the Ruto. It means that even 2027, if someone wins against Ruto, we'll have another handshake in 2028 or 2029. So let us try other things. Yeah, but that is my view.
Okay, thank you. To our viewers, this is Brother Benson Media, and here we say that your opinion counts. I want to take this opportunity to say a big thank you to everyone who joined us this evening. I know you took your time to be with us. We don't take it for granted. We really appreciate. And again, to everyone who commented, including Gypsy Kona, Judith Karwitha, Maitek, Eric Ayaga, Brenda Obedi, and also Katoi. Thank you so much for just finding time and also giving us your opinion via the comment section. We really appreciate. We are very much grateful. We hope that you'll join us again tomorrow as we'll be having, similar conversations, of course, regarding our country and how to improve the life and also to give our opinion on what we think and the way we are seeing it. I want to take this opportunity once again to say a big thank you to everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and, just giving us your opinion at the comment section. Thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening from wherever you are. Thank you so much. And may God bless you. Asanteni sana. See you tomorrow.